Bienvenidos a En Breve. I'm Gilberto Pinella, and once again, this is part two of that two-part series with WEPOWER with Edgar Payano and Valeria Rodriguez and David Cervantes. So stay tuned for En Breve right here on STL TV. Welcome back to En Breve, and I'm here with Edgar Payano, who is the Entrepreneur Development and Outreach Lead for WePower here in St. Louis, brand new cohort or a program, an accelerator that's helping the Black and Latinx community through their program called Elevar or Elevate and Elevar. And Edgar, we were talking, like the first show, we talked a little bit about the program, the requirements, and so forth and so on. But now I want to know, take us through or walk us through a typical, day in the life of what you put your entrepreneurs through in the program.
Sure. So I'll start high level and then go more granular. So on the high level, like the first 3 months, it's curriculum focused, specifically investment readiness. So let's say a typical day in a curriculum like that would be, let's talk about your milestones, right? And depending on what industry you're in or how big your team is, we'll talk about like, okay, if you want to hire someone new, what's your HR plan and who are you going to go and talk to about that? And then the second half of the accelerator, because it's 6 months, is more tailored and a little more about connecting folks to investors and practicing your pitches and stuff like that.
So did the entrepreneurs that participated in this first program, this first cohort, a lot of them, did they come like thinking like, oh, I know it all already. Like I'm here just to get some tips and then I'll move on. And then they were like, oh my gosh, I did not know this. Can you elaborate on that?
So there's a lot in your question. So the first thing I'll say is that definitely this was a good way to help refine and polish some fundamentals that people maybe took for granted or they forgot about or they thought they already had down. And the second thing too, I would say it was putting them in front of a different audience and crowd with different ears. Like, I haven't always heard, X's person's pitch, but by the time the program ended, I've heard it like 30 times or whatnot. And so seeing that progression was really big. And I'm also saying that, we weren't perfect throughout the whole process, but we did lean a lot into communication and feedback from them.
So you had a good response rate from all the entrepreneurs that participated in the program. Can you tell me where the entrepreneurs from this first cohort are today as far as their business is concerned?
Sure. So the program formally ended in August, and we're really big in sort of supporting folks after the program. So it depends on what business you're talking about, but we have some folks who have already received new funds. There are some entrepreneurs who've been accepted into new programs, and we're excited to catch up with them towards the end of the year to really compare like what were the accomplishments during the program and post-program. And we're big on relationships.
So you have a class reunion sometime soon?
Hopefully, yeah, I think so. With the right practices and parameters, probably. But, yeah.
Well, especially because of COVID.
Yeah.
You will have a social distance kind of gathering and getting back together. Do you expect any surprises? Anything like? Are you, even now, are you surprised to see somebody moving forward like leaps and bounds?
Yeah, I would say I'm surprised in the sense that given we're still in this pandemic, folks are finding ways to be creative and be successful with their businesses. It's like a perfect time to be creative about your idea and how you disseminate that message online, right? But I'm not surprised that these entrepreneurs' potential, because we already knew that was in them. And so it was just a matter of kind of cultivating that and tailoring it. So,
what are the takeaways?
One of many, because I could do a huge list, I would say is the necessity for formalized support pre-program, during the program, and after. So pre-program, for example, for folks who didn't make it to the finalist round, we directly directed them to other entrepreneur support programs in the region. During the program, there were some folks who were interested in like crowdfunding campaigns, and so we talked about why would you want to do that before taking on a bigger loan or a bigger investment. And then post-program, today actually we had a webinar / work session on accounting, basically, making sure folks are disciplined with their practices and making sure that they're keeping their books in check. So,
Edgar, very important question. Are Black and Latinx businesses facing more challenges than anybody else?
yes, and unfortunately it's not a new issue, right? And so that means we have to be a lot more intentional about how we approach the capital landscape and how we approach supporting entrepreneurs, but also that they actually have a relationship with community. And so that's what we were trying to do, and we're really thinking about this in sort of a long-term game. And so it's an important question to ask, and we can't continue to reproduce things that got us to where we are now.
Well, I'm very happy, and I'm sorry that I put you on the spot asking you that question, because I think that it's very important that WePower is very unique, and it's doing something so important for our Black and Latinx entrepreneur, something that now here in St. Louis is becoming the norm, the attention grabbing, because I have seen other accelerators all of a sudden pop up that are like focusing on Black and Latinx entrepreneurs. So WePower was a pioneer in doing this and open up that door. And I think that it's an injustice for me not to ask you how difficult and challenging it is for Black and Latino businesses to be lifted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's WePower is very intentional about its messaging and unapologetic. So we're proud to say that we specifically help Black and Latinx entrepreneurs, and we do that in so many different ways. So.
Awesome. So what's next?
What's next is we're in the middle of a redesign process, so that we're asking ourselves big questions, kind of like, what are our takeaways? You know, are we in the right roles? Are we bringing in the right people for this program? And like, how do we get to our long-term vision? So hopefully we'll be ready. We're aiming to be ready. We will be ready by the top of 2021.
Edgar, thank you so much for being here with us today. And I know that WePower will keep forging ahead, helping our Black and Latinx entrepreneurs succeed. Elevate, Elevar. Thank you so much. And stay right here on En Breve, right here on STL TV, because next is Maria Reyes in a great conversation with David Cervantes from Cervantes Designs. We'll be right back with more En Breve.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes, but with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Hi, I'm Maria Reyes con En Breve, and I'm here today with the entrepreneur, David Cervantes, who's going to tell us all about his business. David, welcome.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Can you please tell me about your business? Start with your vision of your business, how you got here, your dreams, all of the things that brought us here today.
Sure. So I'm the designer and fabricator of Cervantes Designs, and I design and fabricate custom furniture and home decor items. We like to typically use ethically sourced materials like naturally felled trees, or for doing the 3D printed decor items through sustainable, eco-friendly materials.
Tell us, how has WePower cohort helped you through this journey?
Man, WePower has literally empowered me with a lot of knowledge. The multiple facets of my cohort team have lent me a lot of confidence and ego checking. Coming in really confident, I didn't realize how much of the fundamentals I didn't know, like bookkeeping and financing and legal stuff, and they were there to help me provide that structure.
That's good. And you know, right now we are in a little bit of a challenging time right now. Things are not business as usual, the norm.
Right.
So how has WePowered helped you overcome those obstacles?
Sure, yeah, things definitely aren't normal, but things shouldn't go back to normal. Normal wasn't working, and so WePower helped me kind of see that and get a little bit more introspective and learn how to pivot my business. It's kind of hard to go into people's homes when there's a pandemic. I did build them custom furniture, so my cohort team and my leadership helped me realize that I need to focus on scalability and producing small items that could be sold on Etsy and stuff like that. So they've taught me a lot of things.
So David, tell me, what are any takeaways that you got from this first cohort?
So a lot of the takeaways that I learned from this first cohort was that we all share a lot of the same pains and woes, even though our backgrounds are so wide and different. I learned to depend on others for strength, and going through that cohort experience was very therapeutic and just liberating to know that everyone's there to help you out. It was definitely a really big sense of community, so it was awesome.
That's good. And what's next for your business?
Next for my business is to have a fully open operational wood, mechanical, 3D print, digital lab, looking to focus on the upcoming holiday sales through Etsy and all that fun stuff. So, and a lot of the collaborations with other small business owners as well. So that's coming up.
And in what ways can WePower help other entrepreneurs?
They help empower them through confidence, through knowledge, through support. It's not just about the small, grant money. It's much more larger than that. It's about having the capability to rely on others for their knowledge and intuition.
If you could give advice to an entrepreneur who's thinking of starting a business, what would you tell them that WePower can do for them?
WePower can educate you on the fundamentals, like the basics of like bookkeeping, the legal stuff, copyright, trademark, all that fun things that you think you would know getting going, but they're there to help you out through all of that. And to just keep going. It's painful. Running a business hurts, but they're there to help you out.
And would you give them any advice?
Yeah, just keep your head down and keep pushing through. You're the holder of your dream, and they're there to help you, so keep pushing forward.
So that's it. You guys keep pushing forward. WePower is there to help you guys, and we'll be right back with En Breve.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Maria, thank you so much for that very good and insightful information. And please support Cervantes Designs, which is located right here in the heart of Benton Park West at 2846 California Avenue. If you want to order online, go to cervantesdesigns.com. So until next time, keep it right here on STL TV.